On pole here at the Calgary Speedway is William Duncan in car number 83, the Sony Ford. Starting on pole today, not the driver we would expect to be on point, but Duncan has shown skill at the road courses, so maybe today can be his lucky day. A standing start going into the very difficult turns 1 and 2. This will trip up a lot of drivers today for sure, as PJ Williams in the number 26 machine is going to surge past the number 83 on the inside line. Tristan Wilhoit's looking in on the inside line with the Denali. Williams slotting right in front of William Duncan, heading down the long stretch. Going into the rest of the circuit. Here comes William Duncan though. He found an opening on the inside line, and he's going to try and steal it away from the 26. A tight battle for the lead, side by side through the S's. See a couple other drivers looking to strike. Wilhoit, Green, Allen, all right behind them, hoping that they make a mistake and they can capitalize. They're still side by side. No one can figure out this race lead. Wilhoit's going to try and make it 3 wide. He tries to put the nose in. Not going to work. He gets a little loose in the corner. Still side by side. Duncan and Williams going at it. What a battle. And it's 3 wide right behind them for 3rd place. William Duncan trying to get that lead right here. He might have a shot. The 26 is going to try and surge to the outside line using that rumble strip. Whoa! Christchurch in the background gets a little squirrely. He's going to keep it going, still in the top 10. But William Duncan finally going to pull away in that number 83 machine and secure the race lead. It looks like he will lead lap number 1 if he can hang on to it through this final corner. He runs a little wide, but it looks like he should be good. Ooh, there we go. He's even wider. That's actually going to leave the door open for PJ Williams. Hold up. Can the 26 beat him to the line? Let's see, can he do it? No! PJ Williams is going to win out in the end. He has a draft from Tristan Wilhoit. I guess, it pays to not have everyone dislike you on the racetrack. And oh, Wilhoit! His good deed goes punished as he goes off track in that tight hairpin. Look at this. Oh, it looks like the 83 got into the number 16 and sent him offline. And that's going to back the Denali into the wall, and it's not been a good couple of races for Wilhoit. He's been hoping for better. Oh, he's going to merge in front of Daniel Voiles. That's going to cause some issues. Oh, hopefully there's not too many more involved. Tyler Thaber is slowed down. But looks like everyone else will avoid. Oh, and looks like someone else got off too. It's Casey Lester in the number 013. Very reminiscent of his Watkins Glen incident. So, some painful memories for the driver of the 016. Up near the front, Andreas Allen and Tony Green, both of them having good runs today, hoping for a solid effort on racetrack. Currently up in the top 5. Andreas Allen's been kind of a mid-packer this year, hasn't really had many good runs, and they're going to make contact in that tight corner. And Allen is going to go sliding, and look at the field go by. Easy come, easy go, and Tony Green just can't catch a break this year. If it isn't one thing, it's the other. He's got fast cars, he's good at qualifying, he just can't keep it to the end of the race. Car number 404, John Christchurch. He's in his final start of the year before Wes Jones takes over the number 404 once again. Jones ran earlier in the year, but he and Alex Rowe are going to go for an excursion off track. This is the closest that Christchurch is going to get to his native Northwest territory, so he was hoping for a good show in front of the crowd. He's going to have to fight his way back up there if he wants to do well today. Issues for Justin Carter in the 85 as well. He gets off at a different part of that corner. Carter started off the year as one of the championship contenders, but he's been kind of losing as we go along. And oh, it looks like Alex Rowe in number 36 goes for a secondary spin on the racetrack, but he gets it going. Not too many damage for other drivers. Mitchell Carter, Justin's brother's going to have trouble later that lap. He gets into Mike Visnovsky, and I don't think the 23 was too happy about that. Visnovsky, very good when it comes to road racing, and he feels he has the shot every time he comes to one of these. Won early this year at Olton Park, but Carter keeps it going in the number 80. Again, the Carters were a part of the championship story early on, but the other drivers have really kind of taken their place as the series has gone on. Pericles, being one of them who's been very good this season, he's going to try and make the pass on the number 80, and these two are actually battling really close to each other, not giving each other a lot of room, and I'm not sure if Pericles appreciated that little contact that they made. William Duncan has been chasing down the number 26. The other drivers ahead of him on track all spun out at some point on the circuit, and now the 83 sees an opening. He's going to go for it, side by side again. Williams versus William, essentially. as car number 83 is going to sneak back into the race lead. Duncan's got a good machine underneath him today, and he's hoping for something to happen. He's actually on a huge winless streak. He's not actually won a race since 2013, 5 years. Tristan Wilhoit has spent a lot of the last couple of races on pit road, spent basically the entire thing on pit road in Motegi. He's going to have to make another stop here, as that damage is a little bit too much for the number 16. He'll be a little off cycle, however. He'll have to do it in 2 stops, but maybe this could be a blessing in disguise if the pit strategy works out. He can maybe find himself in an unusual strategy call to try and make it to the end of the race. There is Mitchell Carter again. It's like both of them getting into the corner, and the 84 of Pericles not going to let the 80 run him wide. Pericles is going to force the 80 off track, and now Carter is damaged. So not a good start to the race for him. And also issues for the 23 of Visnovsky. He's going to go, and it looks like he went off the front of Pericles as well. That was the next lap on lap number 5. And it looks like Lagacy a little squirrely as well. So yeah, early issues for some of those top competitors throughout the year. As look at them, they're right next to each other, the 23 and the 80. Tommy Turbo in car number 3 is a plucky young driver, a lot of spunk, and he's gonna go for a great slide into the grass and save it in the U.S. Army number 3. Good job by Tommy Turbo to keep the car under control and keep it on track without losing many positions. He'll continue with the race. There's car number 32, Tony Green. He's hoping for something. He already had one off-track excursion at the hands of Andreas Allen, and while running next to Freddie Munoz is going to get loose and just drive the number 32 off track. Oh, and Mafuni Sanjuro and the number 6 machine. He was hoping for a good run today as well. They're both going to end up with some damage and off track. And Tony Green, I feel for you, man. This has just been a rough season for that number 32 Golden Corral car. Here is car number 69, Tony Tavoularis, in a very unusual place, near the front. 8th place right now for Tony Tavoularis. This is his home track, closest he'll get to his native Ontario. He's having a good run today, and he's hoping to get his first career top 10. And Bill Littlejohn is off track. Littlejohn was running in the top 10 as well, and he's got damage. Now, they were running a backup car in the foreign tour. They finally get back to their home track. Kip Pitt, the team owner, is from Calgary and is racing in event number 2 this weekend. They finally have new equipment, and Bill Littlejohn's going to dent it up already, so... Littlejohn, not the homecoming he was hoping for, but at least they have the shop nearby, literally about just down the road, so they can fix that thing up after the race. Brandon Chrasta, car number 09, he's his 3rd right now. He's pretty good at these road course races, though the last notable outing he had, he was quite aggressive, and that was at Olton Park. So Chrasta being a little bit gentler today, a little bit calmer on track. Not really running into as many people or driving people off the track. He sits a comfortable 3rd right now, and he's hoping to try and catch the race leaders. Here's a shot of the corner, and just to show you how many problems can happen on track in one singular corner, Nick Pericles goes off. That's Freddie Munoz again. Small Nozomi off as well in the number 20. And it looks like Andreas Allen gets turned as well. There's John Christchurch sliding, and it's just a mess in this corner. Tons and tons of cars trying to take all these different lines going in here, and there's just not enough room for everybody. Let's get a closer look at what happened to Andreas Allen. Looks like, oh, Jim Gambit's just going to turn him. I'm not sure if Gambit was trying to pass him for a little while and just got impatient, or if the 39 checked up, but Gambit spinning the number 39 around, and I think certain drivers are having a problem with this corner. It seems to be the same driver. And oh, Chris Dodd, a huge off, and very uncharacteristic too. Chris Dodd was one of your favorites at the start of the year, had a lot of solid performances on track. You see Colin McGovern also off track right behind him. But he's got some damage right now in the number 88 machine. He was currently running 7th as well, which is kind of a shame for the driver of the 88 machine. There is Denzel Williams in the 17. His brother is currently battling for the lead, but brother Denzel is currently a respectable 5th place. Denzel has had a couple of runs throughout the year that have been okay, but he's been mostly flying under the radar. I don't really recall too much of his road racing abilities this year. I know he got into an incident at Watkins Glen that was pretty violent. I think he got into Prudence Littlejohn at one point as well. But today things have been going right for that machine. The Buffalo Wild Wings car is, well, flying. pit stops are going to begin with William Duncan going down and giving the lead to PJ Williams. Now, the pit strategy is going to fall into one of two categories. They're going to do a two-stop strategy or a one-stop. Now, two-stop could give you a better chance of fresh tires near the end, but one-stop means less time on pit road. We'll have to see which will be more successful. The 26 of PJ Williams would pit the next lap with a bunch of the other lead cars. This would be on lap number 12. That's going to give it to another Williams, Denzel. Denzel's going to stay out an additional lap in his car, trying to get those all-important bonus points, leading out front. We'll have to see if he's going to do the one-stop or if he's going to follow his brother with the two-stop strategy. And looking at this is the battle off pit road. You see William Duncan on track. He's going to beat the 26 of PJ Williams by a decent margin. Here's another angle of it, looking into turn number 1. You see William Duncan go by in that black 83. You'll see PJ Williams come into frame. You can already see William Duncan's already driven away in the 83, so Duncan with a huge lead. Denzel Williams is going to pit. That's going to give the lead to none other than Tommy Turbo, who's staying out a little extra long, maybe picking up a lap lead for the reference sheets in the future. But Tommy Turbo, not the spectacular day he was hoping for, but a good save and a lap lead. Not going to be a terrible effort at the moment. Sebastian Torres would take the lead away from Tommy Turbo as he went down pit road. Not too many drivers left on track, so these drivers are probably all doing the one stop, or at least are pitting late for the two stops. Sebastian Torres said over the radio he wanted to pit as far away from William Duncan as possible, and I can't blame him. Last time those two were near each other on a road course, things did not end up well. In fact, a couple times, the past 2 times, they were near each other on a road course, didn't end up too well. But Torres out front, trying to keep the lead. Here is the battle, a little bit further back. Now, William Duncan is pulling away from the number 26 of PJ Williams, and already William Duncan has caught up to the top 10, and is passing drivers left and right. And these drivers staying out on the older tires are just not gaining that speed, so I'm thinking at this rate, it looks like maybe two-stop might be the way to go. But as you can see, PJ Williams is a little bit further behind. He's got a couple of lap cars between the two, doing these wide shots, and also getting some good shots of the racetrack. This is an absolutely beautiful facility with those giant glass pane windows over the front straightaway. That's just an awe-inspiring sight. Sebastian Torres would go down pit road, and that would leave Caden Van Evenhoven in the lead. Van Evenhoven plans to only do one stop. So the 81's going to try and run this to the finish, but you can already see in the background that William Duncan is looming on the horizon. But the youngster Van Evenhoven in his rookie season trying to get a solid effort today. There is Daniel Voiles, and do you remember Brasstown Bald? Daniel Voiles does, and he's going to go off in a similar manner and loop that car around the grass. Looks like Small Nozomi also went off track as well. She's not having the best run, despite having a good day at Cape Town earlier in the year. This track not really suiting her too well today. Here's the replay of that. Oh, actually, she got turned by Tristan Wilhoy. I'm not sure if Wilhoy's having a braking issue or if Wilhoy's just a little upset today about what transpired earlier on. Here comes the battle of the joke characters. William Duncan and Jeffrey Finguy duking out side by side. Ooh, a little bit of contact, too. Now, these two are no strangers to contact, just in general. And it looks like Duncan's going to give Finguy a little bit of a warning tap. Oh, looks like Nicholas Guerra is going to get a bigger tap into the wall right behind him. But William Duncan is flying through the field. He's going to just pass by Christchurch for second place, and look at that. That's the race leader right now, Caden Van Evenhoven. PJ Williams is also quick, too. You can see him back there. He's got Jeffrey Finguy right ahead of him. As William Duncan right in the back bumper of Caden Van Evenhoven, and that youngster must be scared for his life, as he's got to fend off one of the most aggressive drivers in the sport, and one of the few that's been banned for aggressive driving on occasion. Now, looks like Van Evenhoven not going to challenge him too much, but great maneuver by Duncan on the inside line. Didn't actually make contact with 81, but made an aggressive move to get that pass complete. Duncan will take the lead, and look at him just streak away from the rest of the pack. Caden Van Evenhoven would finally pit later that lap, and he'll take all the other one-stoppers with him. You can see Christchurch, Finn Guy, Lagacy, Lester. A lot of these drivers are drivers that typically aren't near the front during a given race and struggle for those victories, so they're trying a little bit more of a risky strategy. 44 of Jim Gambit had one issue earlier today of spinning someone, and here he's going to get into a bit of a battle with Skylar Johnson. Look at that! He's just going to slam the doors with the number 29, and I don't think the teams of the 29 is too happy about that because Johnson's going for a championship. Gambit, last I recall, probably about like mid-pack throughout the year. He could be further up, but still very aggressive racing on a driver that's up there in the point standings. We have to follow some good stories up near the front. Both Tony Tavoularis and this man, Aiden Shepard, in the top 10. Neither of them have gotten a top 10 in their career. Now, Tavoularis is a rookie, but Aiden Shepard has been going for a couple seasons, and he's yet to get a top 10. Finished dead last in the Canadian Tour last year when he ran. Did not have a good year. He's not off to a strong start this year, and he's kind of mired near the back of the standings. He's trying his hardest to stay up in the top 10. Oh, contact between the team car to Shepard, Benoit Lothaire-Irvine, and the 18 of Jack Lagacy, who was on that one-stop strategy, and that's going to basically kill his race. So Lagacy, we didn't actually mention, Lagacy actually has sponsorship this week, and he'll have sponsorship for the rest of the season on that number 18, so finally getting that just deserved sponsorship, but now he has to back up some good finishes. Unfortunately, that new car is wrecked today. There is car number 52 of Daniel Voiles. He's stuck in a 3-wide battle near the back with AJ Green and John Christchurch. Look at this battle. They're going at it, and would you believe that this is for 35th? Tight battles all around the racetrack for every position, and they're still 3 wide. Green in the middle, Christchurch to the outside, Voiles to the inside line. A bunch of drivers that are known for their antics on racetrack. Most of them not very successful out there. They've had very odd seasons in general, and they're going to finally sort it out with AJ Green getting the position. So enjoy that 35th. Tommy Turbo off track, much like his teammate, and he will have to limp home another broken car. 2 more cars off track as well. It's the 23 of Visnovsky and the 72 of Harvey. No damage for them, however, as they try and get back on track. Taking a look here, the entrance to pit road, and it looks like William Duncan and PJ Williams will pit for their second stop at the same time. So this will be a battle of pit crews. Who's going to have the faster pit stop? Denzel Williams in the number 17 is going to stay out, but as you see other drivers coming in, Chrasta, Tavoularis. Here are the pit stops. Crews going around the cars, you're changing. The left side tires first. Looks like Duncan a little bit quicker with it. Gets it dropped. They're pretty close, though. This could be a close battle off pit road. Who's going to be quicker on the rights? It's going to be a tough battle. They get going, but it looks like William Duncan's going to get off to a good start. And look at that boost he gets off pit road. Because he was able to cut off the 26, I think Williams got kind of checked up. So Duncan is going to get the lead coming off pit road. Where's he going to find himself on track? Looks like he'll slot a little bit behind Van Evenhoven in the 81. Now, Van Evenhoven is the leader of the one-stop cars, so that does not bode well for the one-stoppers, as they will have to deal with fresh tires from the other guys. Williams is going to pit. That's going to give the lead to Sebastian Torres in the 68 for the second time today. Torres just making sure his spotters keep telling him where Duncan is, so that way Duncan doesn't get into him. In fact, Duncan is right here, and he's actually in that spot right ahead of Van Evenhoven. Now, this is going to be the battle for the lead when Torres pits. Van Evenhoven, the one-stopper, he's battling hard with the number 83. He's not going to let him get away, but Van Evenhoven is at a severe disadvantage because those tires are going to go quicker than the 83s, and with Van Evenhoven trying to chase him down, he's just using up those tires more. He's got to actually be careful he doesn't use up too much of his equipment, or else maybe some of the other one-stoppers will catch him late in the going. So time is running out. It's currently lap 25 out of 35, so about 10 laps to go when we come to the line. Van Evenhoven trying to chase him down, keeping his drafts. He's had a very successful run today, and I'm very impressed with this young man. Usually not the highlight grabber, but he's had the occasional top 10 finish, has been kind of close, kind of knocking on the door of the top bunch. So Van Evenhoven having a solid run today and showing his strength against one of the veterans of the sport, even though he's a very controversial veteran in that matter. And you saw there briefly, Torres down pit road. This is coming to the line. It looks like Duncan is going to get the lead, but Van Evenhoven is peaking. He wants to try and get by. You can see a little bit further back, the number 26 of Williams is stuck behind the 404 of Christchurch. Colin McGovern, car number 42, he's gone off once. This time he's going to get into the number 013, and he's going to slide in a very odd manner. I thought the 013 was going to get punted, but it looks like McGovern actually did it to himself. Gets it going, no, not too much trouble. A dust cloud going across the Calgary landscape. P.J. Williams at car number 26 is trying to catch William Duncan in the lead, but he's stuck with these two in front of him. He's got John Christchurch and Jeffrey Finguy right ahead of him. Both of them are one-stoppers, so they don't have as fresh of tires, but the thing about these two, they have nothing to lose. John Christchurch is in his final start, and this is going to be his last chance to get a good run. Jeffrey Finguy, in the meanwhile, is just aggressive all the time, and he wants to finally prove himself worthy of a top 10 finish. Finguy's had so many problems this year, he finally is up there. And look at the 55 of AJ Green, he's up there as well. He's got a good car underneath him, and we saw him battling for 35th earlier. After pit stops, he's now up into the top 10. So let's see if he can hang on to in the Jolly Rogers machine. But PJ Williams just can't get by these two. They're in a line, and he can't get them separated enough to maybe pick them off one at a time. The 39 of Andreas Allen, having a rough day as it is. He started in the top 5, didn't do so hot in the early going, and he has to make an unscheduled stop in the number 39 machine. It looks like a tire might be down, so he's going to lose a lot of ground on track, and I wouldn't be surprised if this mired him all the way back into the late 40s. No cars are off the lead lap or out at the moment, so it's going to be a long fall for Andreas Allen. Finguy and Christchurch are keeping up this intense battle. Finguy's going to race the number 404 hard, and Christchurch is going to try and put on a show for the fans. Meanwhile, you see William there looking rather concerned about this. He's losing Duncan every second. But these two just keep battling side by side, and this is actually worse for PJ Williams because now he's got 2 lanes blocked up by these two. But Jeffrey Finguy trying to get the Ruby, number 92, underneath the 404. He just can't make the pass work, however. Christchurch, the Canadian, trying to do well today. He's the highest placing Canadian on track, which is a distinction he hasn't had often. Finally, Finguy is going to get by in the number 92, and Williams is going to catch the 404 and see if he can get him in his clutches. You can see him riding the back bumper of the 404. Finally gets him to make a mistake. They're side by side right behind Finguy. As Williams trying to get the position for himself. Looks like he might be able to drive around the outside. See, that's what Williams needed. He needed these two to get separated. Williams would make the pass on John Christchurch, and now he seeks to pass the number 92 of Jeffrey Finguy. This is for 3rd place. After this, mostly open track until Caden Van Evenhoven in the 81, but Finguy is not going to give up without a fight. The other Williams brother is up front as well. Denzel is in that group now, and he'll have to try and work his way past Christchurch and Finguy. But PJ Williams is free, and now he wants to try and catch the leaders, but will he be out of time? The number 69 of Tony Tavoularis trying to hang on to the top 10. He's currently 11th, battling with some of these drivers. There's Joshua Michaels in the 04, Mark Hankins in the number 7. All these drivers just battling outside the top 10. He's got to catch the top 10. There's a bit of a gap between them, but they are racing pretty aggressively up there. And Tavoularis does have fresher tires. So this may actually be a good chance for the Ontario native to get his first top 10, something he's been hoping for all season long. Something has gone wrong almost every race of the year for him, whether it be his fault or others. But finally, Tavoularis with a good run. Another driver with a good run is Jerry Guerrero. We have not talked about much today. In fact, a lot of races he tends to fly under the radar and just sneak out a top 10 late in the going. But right now, he's currently in 5th place as he's battling with this main pack of cars, and that pack of cars actually slowing themselves down, allowing the 69 of Tavoularis to catch him. But Jerry Guerrero, a lot of people don't forget about the Guerrero brothers as being good road racers, but they're quite good at this style of racing, and they've had a lot of success on these type of tracks. They just haven't had that breakthrough win this year. But Jerry Guerrera having a solid effort in the number 71 as he tries to get by the 404 of Christchurch and work his way into the top 4, perhaps maybe even try and catch those leaders. Speaking of, PJ Williams has caught the number 81 of Caden Van Evenhoven. This is on lap number 34. With just 2 laps to go. Unfortunately, I think Duncan might have too big of a lead, and Andreas Allen, that car that pitted, is not going to play a factor in terms of lap traffic. Williams, though, trying to get that second place position, just maximize the day. But Van Evenhoven also not going to give up. This is a battle for second place, his best career finish of his career. So Van Evenhoven not going to give it up too easily, but Williams just has the faster tires, and Van Evenhoven is going to have to give up the spot, try and hang on for another lap to make sure he stays on the podium. Williams is going to try and knock down Duncan, but is not going to be successful. 5 years of trying. His last win came at Bristol in 2013, but it is over. William Duncan gets his second career victory. Unbelievable. Duncan got the pole. He led the most laps. He had a strong vehicle. He played pit strategy right. Nothing went wrong today. And William Duncan is going to get his second career victory. Congratulations. You've been waiting for this one, Will. And now, you finally got it. The other teams might not be too happy about it. Maybe some of the fans are not too happy. But William Duncan is going to celebrate tonight. Finally. The wait is over. And he's going to get to drive that number 83 into victory lane. He'll pace the track and get back to pit road. Here is your top 10. William Duncan, his first win in 5 years. PJ Williams with a solid effort in the 26th. Caden Van Evenhoven, though it was a one-stop strategy, he was able to hang on to third place. Jerry Guerrera in the number 71, followed by Denzel Williams, making a Williams Brothers top 5. Brandon Chrasta is going to finish out in 6th place, followed by John Christchurch on home soil. Good run for him. Tony Tavoularis and AJ Green finished 8th and 9th. That's their first ever top 10 finish in the HARC series. Mark Hankins is going to finish out the top 10, the number 7, just barely edging out the number 14 of Aiden Shepard to the line. Shepard just misses his first top 10 finish, but 11th will be his career best. Jeffrey Finguy also just knocked out of the top 10, so unfortunately no top 10 for him, but a solid effort without many mistakes for Jeffrey Finguy.